as you stamp one foot, the opposite arm comes up to the chest, nice and high and proud. Your elbows out and you're holding the skirt. So you're kind of pulling it across the body. The other hand goes to the lower hip. So let's just look at that. And there it is, speeding up. So imagine walking and you're marching, and as you step one foot out, the other arm comes up in front. That's the exact same thing that's happening. And the arm that's not the front is dropping just at the top of the butt and resting in that area just briefly. You can make the movements quite sharp. So here's our first flowing movement, and the skirt is going around and back. See that? Around and back. And it's kind of a circular movement. So the hand goes in, over, back, in, over, back. There we go, and it's forming, if you see a circle, and it's kind of throwing it to the behind the body, the back of the body. So you're going forward with the arm and back, forward and back, forward, back. See that? And you're hinging at the elbows, relax shoulders. And the more relaxed you are, the better the flow. And as you get used to the flow, you can vary the size of those circles, that throwback. And obviously the bigger you make it, the bigger your skirt goes. I'm keeping it kind of mid-range here. You could take it smaller, tiny little circles, but here's kind of midway. Now here we are with the third move in this routine I've put together, and you don't have to do them in this order. But there you go, you point the toe forward and back, on each side forward and back, forward and back, and you're alternating sides. Here's the skirt, so it's circling, the arm circling, just the same movements we did previously. Ooh, and then both arms together in the centre. So again, it's circling back in the centre. Here we go, are you ready? And, oh, extended version. Oh, so the two arms are flicking back in a circular motion. So there, you're taking it forward and around, arm forward and around, as that foot's going forward and back. So foot forward, there, and as the foot goes back, you're flicking the skirt back, feet to centre, and both hands go back. Make a butterfly effect with your skirt. So try this at this speed a number of times. Flicking the skirt back, forward, back with the foot, in, out with the skirt, together, and round, round back, double skirt. Keep practicing till you get it. There's a bit of coordination there. A few things to think about. Oh, and when you've got it, take it to speed. So it's 3 each side. It's the front leg goes forward and back. Goes 1 and 2 and 3 and centre, double skirt, 1 and 2 and 3, woo, both go back. And once you've got that coordination, it's a pretty impressive move. At first you might want to flick the front arm, but remember to keep the arm that's facing the front on your hip with the skirt in your hand, ready to go, woo, into the double. Okay, so we're doing this forward and back move with the skirt swish in, but now we're adding a turn. So we do it nice and slow, foot forward. The same old move, we already know this move. But after the third step, we turn fully around 360, so we end up on the other side. There we go. So here we are on the right, and that means you're going to turn to the right. So you're following that round. And repeat the other side, nice and slow still. Forward and back, skirt swish. And hey! So you kind of open the skirt when you turn round. Well, it's meant to be flown. Now is it fast? Isn't that lovely? So we go forward, back, and a big open turn. And all you can do is keep practicing it. I'm going to try it at different speeds, and I'll try it on both sides. Forward, back, in, out, turn. So here we go. We're just finishing off with that skirt swish, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, and turn. We're going to a grapevine next. So the right leg, in this instance because we're on the right, crosses in front, open behind, and then on the last step you take it into a turn. So watch now, left goes cross, side, behind, and here we go into a turn. Skirt folds in front, behind, in front, and as you turn the arms open up, and it's a lovely flowing movement. So do it slow a few times till you get a feel for it. You can just try the grapevine without the skirt to remind yourself. And here we are starting to speed it up. So in, out, in, out, in, out with the skirt, and turn. You're following a natural direction. So you're just turning round to the back of the room, ready to start again. But it's a natural flow of movement. So think about that. Just let yourself go into the flow. So cross, open, cross, and turn. That's with the feet. Cross, open the feet behind, forward, and use that to pivot, turn. And the skirts go in and out. Here we go. We're going to do it again at speed. There we go. That was with the open and move on with a turn. So that allows you to practice the transition straight into the move. It actually does flow in really easily. But you don't have to do the moves in these orders. And this is just some moves I've put together a routine. You can just chop and change it and make your own routine up. It's to get us fire started. And get some ideas in the bag as a springboard. Here we're fanning the flames. Swoosh, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And we're all done. It's a great move. Look at that. Oh, and down, and flick back, flick, flick, and throw it down. So the arm's extended from the shoulder out, and then you're thrown back and from the elbow, hinging a kind of slap back. So you slap back. You're just going back to the elbow again, coming in and out. So it's in, out, in, out, and throw down. Whoosh. Heads up high, proud. And we actually travel with this one. So we'll go 1, hold on. Oh, hold on a minute. 1, 2, 3, and there's a throw down. You've got this little hoppity move up, down on the feet. And then the arm extended and flicking out there from the elbow. Flick, 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 and down. And change sides. Flick, flick, and down. And we're kind of drawing round on a figure 8 on the floor there. So here we are. We have these nice little hip bumps, bump and bump, bump and bump. And we're just going to walk the arms up and down the body, doing wrist circles or floreos in any direction. So it's like you're turning little circles with the hands. You can turn them in the way or out the way. You can make patterns around your body with it. Once you've got the feel for it, with that bump in hips, it's up to you what you do. You can keep it really simple, looks great, feels great. Or you can start making flowing patterns and shapes with the arms. This kind of layering with the bump in hips and the moving wrist circles looks fabulous. It's simple, and basically it's up to you how much flavour you want to put into that. You can keep it simple, or you can get quite elaborate and flowing. There we go, there's a nice little bit of flowing going on, but it all looks great. So again, repetition is good. Bump and bump, bumpy bump, bumpy bump with the hips. And when you've got that, just start like we're circling up. And you've got like 4 counts to get up and 4 down. And by 4 it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 4 sets. I'll count that 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. There we go. And that's just showing you with the wrists as they're going up. Thank you. So we've got that bump and bump hips, and the hands are circling up, right up to the top. And then the wrists, should I say, are circling down. And you're changing your footwork to 1, 2, kick, 1, 2, kick, which allows you to alternate feet as you've reached down and just gradually opened up your skirt. So it's nice and ground, gives you plenty of time so you can cope with the change in the rhythm of the feet. But it's a bit, similar, joins on really well to the pattern of the hip bumps. You got your 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, kick, 1, 2, kick, 1, 2, flick. You can see it's travelling there with it. So there you've started to really layer up your foot pattern, your 1, 2, kick, 1, 2, kick. So taking a forward step, a back step, and a forward step, and then pivoting around using that forward step arm. And just recentralizing here. Ready, 2, and here we go. Forward, back. That same folding action, forward and turn. So that foot that's forward, you just then take it into a pivot turn. There we go, and back. Forward with a swish in, and you're turning right round into it. It's kind of like you're bowing a little bit. And there we go, there's a little bow. It's up to you how much you want to exaggerate that. And into the final section. Just a little bit of rearrangement. Get ready to go. And we're doing that 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Again, same sort of foot pattern, but it's swishing the skirt. And I'm kind of stooping around. It's just a little bit of a self-expression. Makes it look different. 1 and 2. It's the same big move that we did right at the start. We're kind of just scooping into it, like leaning into it. And it just gives it a slightly different feel. So there was quite gypsy. And then into the closing bit, again like the beginning, you've got the stamp, 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 but this time we add a turn. So stamp, skirt flicks across the angle of the body, and then we turn. Here we go, are you ready? Stamp, 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 turn. Foot stamps, stamp, stamp, flick, and around we go.